Hello everyone, Goatworm here, and today we are going to do the second episode of the random Pokemon team. So I'm going to spin this wheel of Paldean Pokemon, and whatever 6 Pokemon we get, we're going to make a team and battle online. So with this team, we're going to have Squawkabilly, Spidops, Wochen, Meowscarada, Farigiraf, and Veluza. So in this first match, our opponent starts off with the Greninja, and I'm going to start off with the Farigiraf. So with this, I try to make a Trick Room team, and so Farigiraf's set is Trick Room, Beat Up, Double Kick, and Zen Headbutt. Holding the King's Rock, trying to get a flinch with the Beat Up and the Double Kick. And its EV spread is HP and attack with 4 in defense, no speed IVs, and a Brave Nature. So I'm going to start off with setting up the Trick Room and using Beat Up, trying to get that flinch. And I got crit and did some pretty good damage using Beat Up. The Greninja is going to go in for Surf, and that is going to do pretty good damage. Luckily I'm able to hang on and get off another Beat Up, trying to go for that flinch. But sadly, I was unsuccessful this time as well. And the Greninja is now going to use Surf to take out the Farigiraf. And so I already have one Pokemon down, and they have one that's pretty weak. So I'm going to go into Squawkabilly and get an attack drop. Doesn't really do much here, and I'm going to go for the U-turn to take out their Greninja and to swap into another Pokemon. So I should still have that Trick Room up, so I'm going to go into the Meowscarada. So this Meowscarada set is as follows. It has Fling, Trick, Trick Room, and Flower Trick, holding the Iron Ball with attack and HP with a little bit in defense, and it has the Adamant Nature. So I'm going to go for that Fling to cause as much damage as I can, plus it has Stab. The Rabska has a Focus Sash, so it's going to be able to survive on 1 HP, and it's going to use Revival Blessing, bringing back that Greninja, which is not ideal in this match. I'm going to go through with the Trick Room, just to get that back up for my other Pokemon, and then I'm going to go in for the U-turn to take out their Pokemon and be able to swap in something new for me. So I'm going to go into Wochen. So Wochen's set is Leech Seed, Growth, Ruination, and Hyper Beam. So looking at Wochen, I noticed it has a pretty decent special attack stat, and I just want to do something a little different, so I went with Hyper Beam. So the goal here is to get Leech Seed to get some of my HP back, as well as leftovers. Also, the EVs for this is max HP and special attack with a little bit in defense with a modest nature. And one thing I was also thinking of doing with this was going in for a Terra Normal, just to get stabbed with a Hyper Beam. So I'm able to take that Bullet Punch from the Steel Sizzler, and I am able to get a Leech Seed up. So now I'm going to be getting HP from Leech Seed and the leftovers. And the goal here was to use Growth to increase my special attack, so that when I fire off a Hyper Beam, it'll do even more damage. And then Ruination is just to chip away at the opponent's HP while Leech Seed finishes them off as well. They are going to go into an Aerial Ace though and hit me with a critical hit, taking out Wochen. And so I am now going to go in with my Veluza. So Veluza's was Aqua Cutter, Psycho Cut, Night Slash, and Final Gambit with max HP and attack, as well as Life Orb and Sharpness. No speed with the Brave Nature, so this thing was hitting hard. I'm gonna go into my Spidops. Spidops I have as Toxic Spikes, Counter, Gastro Acid, and Circle Throw with a Focus Sash. And max HP and max defense. So the goal here was to get some Toxic Spikes onto the field, use Circle Throw to rotate their team out and get some poison up. Gastro Acid was to just get rid of any annoying abilities that I might come across, and Counter was for primarily physical attackers like Iron Hands right now. And so that Circle Throw is now going to bring back in Meowscarada. And so I'm going to go in for another Circle Throw, hoping that I can get off some of that super effective hit, but they're going to go into another U-turn. That one was a crit, so it did a little bit more damage. And so now they are going to bring back in the Iron Hands, which is now going to get Circle thrown back out of the match. And luckily for me, it's going to circle in Meowscarada once again for, I believe, the 6th swap in this match. And so I noticed that the circle throw is not doing too much to the Iron Hands, so I'm going to switch it up and go in for a counter, hoping that I can get a little bit more damage done from that U-turn hit. They're going to come in for the Thunder Punch and finish off my Spidops. Spidops did a pretty good job just causing little damage all around, messing things up. So I'm going to go back into my Veluza and finish off the Iron Hands with a super effective Psycho Cut. So after that, they are going to bring in Pikachu. So I'm a little nervous about this just due to its typing, so I'm going to bring back the Meowscarada in just to be resistant against its electric type moves, which, lucky for me, it uses T-Bolt. And so I'm going to go in, fantastic, I got Paralyzed, which will be perfect for the Trick Room, but they're going to go in for a Draining Kiss, taking out my Meowscarada. So now this is going to force me to bring in either Veluza or Squawkabilly, so I'm going to bring in Squawkabilly. I get the Intimidate, but that won't help too much with the special Pikachu. And I am now going to go into my Terra typing. So this Squawkabilly set is as follows: Endure, Substitute, U-Turn, and Reversal with a Lychee Berry, max attack and max HP, no defense, special defense, or speed, and the Fighting Terra type. So the goal here was to get as low health as possible, activate that Lychee Berry, and then hit them for a Stab Reversal at max power. And this worked a few times in matches, for example here, and absolutely obliterate that Pikachu. Crit probably was not needed, but I'll take it. For this Greninja here, it's going to use a Shadow Sneak to take out Squawkabilly, and that leaves me with, I believe, just my Veluza. And so they're going to hit Veluza with the Shadow Sneak. I'm able to tank that. And I'm going to go in for a Night Slash and take out Greninja. They're going to come in with their own Meowscarada. Not much I could hit this with, and so I'm just going to take a Flower Trip, and that is going to be game. Alright, so now on to the second match. They're going to start with a Skeletor, and I'm going to start off with a Farigiraf again. That way I can try to get the Trick Room up. So they're going to go in for a Torch Song, which does it's a sizable chunk of damage, and I'm going to get that Trick Room up. So now here, I'm going to go and try to get some flinching with Beat Up, because this is going to hit 6 times. I'm hoping believe it's roughly a 50% chance of getting that flinch. And so this is actually going to do pretty good damage to the Skeletors, probably because of the super effective. So they're going to hit me with a Fire Blast. It's pretty good damage. I barely hang on. I can get out another beat up, which is going to hit another 6 times and be super effective. So I'm hoping this one, and this will actually take out the Skeletor. So I take the lead. I'm in pretty bad shape with Fergarath, but we got the first KO and Trick Room is still up. So I should still be able to get the first move unless they have something that's very slow coming out. And so they're going to bring out the Garchomp. So I know I'm most likely going to get the first hit, which I do. And I hit him with a double hit, trying to get that flinch off again. And sadly it doesn't work. They hit me with a Power Gem and take out Farigarath. So now we're about even. They have just some damage onto their Garchomp. And so now I'm going to go into Wu-Chen. I'm going to try to just stall out this Garchomp as much as I can with Leech Seed, Ruination, and Leftovers. So I'm able to hit that Leech Seed, which is great. They go for a Dragon Claw. It doesn't do too much. I know I'm going to be able to tank pretty much anything that this Garchomp throws at me, especially with Leftovers and the Leech Seed. And they're going to switch out their Garchomp, probably just get rid of that Leech Seed, because they won't be able to do much with that in play. They're going to go into the Lucario. I'm a little nervous with this, solely because of its fighting type. I'm going to go into Ruination to have its HP. I'm hoping I can tank maybe a close combat or something from this. And they do go for a close combat, and I am able to tank that. They're going to get that special attack or special defense and defense drop. I'm going to get that another Leech Seed up. That way I can get a little bit of my health back, and my next Pokemon will be able to benefit from the Leech Seed. So I'm going to get a good chunk of health back from the Leftovers Leech Seed. They're going to go for an Aura Sphere to take out my Wo-Chen. And so now they have a slight lead on me, because I am down to 4 Pokemon. I'm going to go for Spidops because I'm expecting some possible physical attack, which I am able to predict. But they miss with their Meteor Mash. I go for a Circle Throw to rotate that Lucario out. They're going to bring in their Garchomp again, so I'm expecting a physical attack, so I went for a counter. They're going for a Power Gem. Doesn't do too much to me, but I am unable to get off that counter. And so they're going to go for another Power Gem. I was expecting that. And they hit a critical hit, taking out Spidops. Not looking good so far. So now, I'm going to go into my Meowscarada and to try and get up a Trick Room again. They're going for a Dragon Claw this time. Wasn't lucky last time. I'm able to get the Trick Room up, so now my Pokemon should be going first, especially against Garchomp. And I'm going to go in for a Flower Trick, and that is enough to take out the Garchomp. So I am still a little bit behind. I believe I have 3 Pokemon left against their 4. So I have some making up to do. So now they're going to go into their Dragapult. I'm going to use Fling with the Iron Ball plus Stab, and it's going to be super effective and absolutely obliterate their Dragapult. So now I believe I tied it up. I'm a little down on HP, but I was able to tie it up. They're going to go into, I'm going to slaughter this, so I'm not even going to attempt it. They hit me with a Dragon Rush for a crit. Probably didn't really matter considering I was low on HP, but I'm going to go into Squawkabilly. And I am going to get that Intimidate, decrease their attack. They shouldn't be able to hit me too hard now because of that. They're going to come in with another Dragon Rush. Does a little bit more than half, which is fine considering Reversal is my main move. I'm going to go for U-Turn for super effective damage and bring in Veluza. So, looks like Trick Room is now over. They're going to hit me with the Dragon Pulse. I'm able to tank that pretty well, and I go for an Aqua Cutter to finish off their Pokemon. They are now going to bring out Pikachu and hit me with an Electro Ball. I'm able to tank that, and I'm going to hit them with another Aqua Cutter plus Sharpness plus Life Orb, and that just obliterates their Pikachu. And that is game. So this one cut weird, but I was able to get up a Trick Room, and the Gardevoir missed with the Hypnosis. And so I'm going to go in for a beat up now so that I outspeed the Gardevoir to try to get those flinches in. And I hit a nice critical hit there towards the end. And the Gardevoir is going to go for another Hypnosis, and I am able to avoid that one as well. So I'm just going to keep firing off the beat ups, just trying to go for those crits. Or going for those flinches, sorry. And I'm going to take out the Gardevoir with another beat up. And so now they are going to come in with a Grimmsnarl. So I'm feeling pretty comfortable with this Grimmsnarl solely because of my ability. He can't use anything like Fake Out. And so I'm going to go in for a double hit, trying to get that flinch off. And double hit does pretty good damage. They're going to go for a Foul Play. That's going to be super effective and do huge amounts of damage. So I'm going to go for that double hit again, hoping for a flinch, but sadly I am unable to do that, and they're going to take me out with a Foul Play. So we are now both down one Pokemon, which that's okay. The Grimmsnarl is pretty low in HP as well. But I do lose my Trick Room, so I'm going to go into my Squawk ability. I believe I'm just going to go in for a U-turn. I'm also going to get that attack drop, which is pretty nice. And so they are going to switch out their Grimmsnarl, and they are going to bring in their Iron Hands. I'm going to hit it with the U-turn. Doesn't do too much damage, not very effective. But I am going to now switch out Squawk ability and bring in Spidops. I'm expecting some sort of big physical hit, so I'm going to go for a counter. But they're actually going to swap out their Iron Hands and bring in Tyranitar. So sadly this brings in or causes a Sandstorm, and I am now going to lose my Focus Sash. But I am going to go in for a Circle Throw now. It's times 4 damage. They're going to hit me with a Stone Edge, doing huge damage, but I survive that, and I'm able to get the Circle Throw off of the Tyranitar. Does pretty good damage to it. And this is going to now drag in their Grimmsnarl, which, because of its low HP, it's going to get hit by the Sandstorm and instantly taken out. So that was a pretty lucky play on my part. I'm very low on HP right now, so and they're gonna bring out this Tyranitar. I went for another Circle Throw, hoping that they'll miss the Stone Edge, but I was unlucky with that, and they take out my Spikes. And so I'm gonna go back into Squawk ability. I'm gonna go in for I get the attack drop, which is nice, so they don't hit me as hard. Something went weird, but I hit it with the U-turn to bring in my Meowscarada, taking out the Tyranitar as well. I don't know what happened here. Something about the recording process messed it up, but they went to this Rule Edge now. And they're going to hit me with a Bitter Blade, which is going to do which is going to take out my Meowscarada. So I'm going to bring in my Veluza and hope that I can take any ghost type move they hit me with. I barely hang on, and I'm able to hit him with an Aqua Cutter, taking out this Roulege. And I'm barely hanging on, especially after the Life Orb sacrifice, and they're going to go into Gyarados now. And so right now I'm just hoping that I can do some damage to this Gyarados. The attack drop doesn't really matter, especially with Sharpness and Life Orb, but it has a Quick Claw, so it's going to outspeed me and go for a Dragon Dance. So I am going to get a little bit of HP, or knock some HP off of this. I go for a Psycho Cutter, or Psycho Cut, and that takes about half of its HP, and they're going to take me out with an Ice Fang. So luckily their Gyarados is at half HP, so I'm hoping that I can bring something in that'll finish it off. I'm bringing Squawkabilly. I'm going to get that attack drop, so now their attack's back where it was at when it started, but they're going to get another Quick Claw. And they're going to, and I'm going to go for an Endure because I'm trying to activate my Reversal, and they're going to go for an Ice Fang. I survived that without the Endure. I'm going to go in, so now I'm just going to go into my Fighting Terra type. That way Ice Fang is going to be neutral. And I believe I'm going to go in for the Reversal now. But they're going to come in for an Ice Fang, and they're going to take out Squawkabilly instantly, which sucks, because that would have been pretty good damage from my Squawkabilly. And I'm going to bring in my Wo-Chien now. I can't really hit this very well, so I'm just going to bring down its attack stats even more, and I'm going to go in for a Leech Seed, trying to stall this Gyarados out at least a little bit. But they're going to hit me with a Hurricane, which is not good, because it takes me about half health. I'm able to get the Leech Seed off though, and I'm going to be able to get a good amount of that HP back. They get a third Quick Claw activation now, and they're going to hit me with an Ice Fang. So right now I'm in a KO zone from the Hurricane. The Quick Claw activation didn't really matter because Wo-Chien is not the fastest Pokemon alive. But I am in KO's range for that Hurricane. Even with a lot of that HP boost. So I'm a little nervous now. I'm hoping that they're going to miss with the Hurricane. They do not, and they... Wo-Chien actually barely survives. I go for another Growth, just trying to get my attack stats boosted for a Hyper Beam, because there's not really much else I can do at this point. I'm just hoping that they miss with either Ice Fang or Hurricane, but sadly I am unable to get that, as they hit another Quick Claw, the fourth one, and hit me with another Hurricane 3 times in a row, taking out my Wo-Chien. And that is the game. Thank you guys for watching. I do have some additional matches at the end. They're very quick though. And also here is my team setup if you guys want to replicate any of these Pokemon. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the additional content.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.